Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, 27th to the 3rd of December. Happy birthday to all of you having your birthday within this week. I also did a yearly reading for all Sagittarians on our channel. I don't know if you wanted to go and have a look at that. It's a fantastic reading actually. Great year for you. Really good year. Really sort of... getting down, doing some real work. Well, not work as in like work on you, but work as in enacting new understanding and laying down a real foundation year it could change your life totally. Anyway, yeah. So you'll find that on our channel. I'll link it at the end of this reading if you so desire. Let's just see what's going on for you. Hangman, taking a different perspective on life. Overall energy there, and I think that's very true for you. You got the Two of Wands on the karmic mission on your relationship side. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling you're still in the planning mode. A lot of you will be. You know, if you're not up to your birthday season, if you're not up to your birthday yet, for those of you who've already gone through your birthday season, you may feel like that now is the moment to enact on it. For others, I still think there may be a little bit more sort of planning to be put in place just as you get to your birthday, and then just after your birthday, then really start enacting it. But the universe is sort of saying there's some things you need to get rid of and you need to let go of with the Ten of Swords. And this has been coming up quite a bit on your reading for some time. And the overall path that's pulling you forward is the evident path. This is very straightforward for you at the moment within your relationship side. It's something that needs to budge here with this. There's an evident path for you to follow, and you seem to be guided and very well guided in it. And I think this is going to kick off that sort of work I was talking about on your yearly thing of actually applying it, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles out at the top there. On your financial side, well, this seems to be, and it is always the way, usually the things to kick off quicker are like jobs, business and projects and stuff like that. And it's out with the old and in with the new there, with the Ace of Wands there. It's a new passion that's coming into your life. You've got the Hermit with the universe trying to sort of say to you, you know, it's the evident path that you should be going down. You've got this knowledge that is within you. You know your dark side. You now need to just follow that dream to the end. Where have you come from? Queen of Wands. Very much a Sagittarian card for me. A lot of magic in there. A lot of getting passionate about what you're doing in the moment that you're doing it. And that's really nice. And, you know, it plays into your favour. Much more bubbly energy. I think that's where you're coming from. The sort of conversation that you're feeding through yourself as well is this Nine of Pentacles. So I think you're realising that once you do start going down that pathway and engaging your passions, things start coming for you. Things start arriving for you. You know, fruits turn up, or the results or the rewards turn up as you need it, as you go forward. And it's, yeah, and then you get the Page of Swords out the top, which is starting that pathway, opening up that doorway, stimulating your mental and ideas side and converting those ideas into reality. The overall energy, as I said, was the Hangman. I think you need to see here that there's it's like when you're canoeing down a river. I was talking to this with someone else, some other sign, I forget which sign it was. It's like you're canoeing down a river, and the river's actually taking you down. You know, it's driving along. And there's sometimes when you're in the rapids and it goes quickly, and there's sometimes when it's going pretty slowly, so you may need to push it a little bit and have to put in the work yourself. But here I think is now using that wand, using that sort of wand there, which you've got all over the place. Even on the Six of Swords, that is that wand there. You know, and with the Queen of that, and even within that, it's all about taking that wand or that oar and using it as a rudder. So allowing life or the rhythm or the energy to actually propel you forward, but you giving it direction rather than giving it weight. That's what I'm getting out of it. And I think seeing that in a different way, I think is really going to help you. On your relationship side here is about planning. I think you've got to a stage now where you've understood a lot within you. You've understood a lot about how your passions are engaged, how they actually cultivate good relationships when you engage with your passion. I've just realised that Hangman is actually, he's hanging from, seems like one staff as well. It's coming out all over the place now. So, and this here is like, you've understood that. And that's what that wand is on this side here, that Ace of Wands there. And you're taking on this another wand and going for the next stage in it all. And as I said, it tends to work a lot easier after the birthday season when you have your birthday, that's when your energy comes back to you. After 3 months of being really settled. And then it sort of steps up again. And then 3 months later, in the 21st of, around the 21st of February, then it happens again. And then it goes again in during Gemini season. But here is like, it's coming back to you, getting that force, and you want to go on that journey, but it's working a lot quicker on your financial side than on your relationship side. There is this 10 of Swords here, which is the universe is giving you, and I think it's sort of like kind of going. I think the universe is sort of saying here, you've got to go forward, don't go over old ground. Basically, that's what it seems like it's coming out for me with the Seven of Cups playing through on your sort of long-term karmic path or life path, as it were. It's choosing that evident path, choosing that cup that's really sort of like egging you on within your relationships. And I think you're still in this mode now of discovering how you interact with multitudes of people rather than one-to-one here. That's what I'm getting it off. A lot more sort of socializing and stuff like that. And what's going through you at the moment in your subconscious is you don't realize that you're moving forward. You are that person in that canoe. There you go. We're here to the canoe. And this is the guide here with that baton there. Wow. With that baton that is just guiding you onto calmer shores. And I think you've got to be a bit patient with the relationships. They take longer time. It's a bit like the difference between a speedboat and a sailing boat. To turn a sailing boat, it takes a bit of time. You've got to tack and stuff like that. With a speedboat, you just put the throttle down and you turn it. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference between between the material world and your relationship side. I think you've got to have a lot of patience here. And then out the top of it, you get the Eight of Pentacles. It's concentrating on the little things, which is like the little cogs in a watch. And then that gives us the time. That gives us the bigger sort of cycles and stuff like that. And if you concentrate on the little things, I think you're going to come out of this within your relationship side here. I think it's waiting for that igniting of the fuse for you. And I think you're here at the moment. This week here is where you should be just in a very observative mode and just sort of like engaging in the things that are coming up in your relationship, so you can just follow it through like the river just takes you forward. I would use the outside world, allow the outside world to be your guide, basically. On your financial side, you're getting this offer in there, so it could well be a new job for you, a new project, a new opportunity. And you've got to see it in a different way. It may not necessarily be coming in the normal fashion. It may come in really quickly, which may be a flash. And if you don't pay attention, if you don't grasp it straight away, you may not see it, it go past. So I'd be very attentive around you at the moment. I wouldn't go rushing around as per se, because you've got the Hermit card coming in from the universe, and the Hermit card is a very slow but very progressive. It's a case of it's almost between those two there. It's a bit like the tortoise and the hare, basically, scenario here. And the universe is sort of saying, just take it easy, keep on that path, keep on that star, Let that star be your guiding light, your dreams and your aspirations. Because where you've come from a place where you've been, and I think this is a long term actually. I think this is over the last year. You've been very busy, but you don't seem to have got closure on a lot of things, if you know what I mean. You've done a lot of work, you've done a lot of huffing and puffing, but it hasn't brought you the ultimate goals until you start going down that path of discovery of this new thing that's coming out. And once you start going down that path, that's when you start realizing that there is everything you need as you gradually go forth and go forward. With the page, and the outcome of all of this is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords here is your ideas is going to cut through the fog and the mist that that covers the pathway, so you can't see where you need to go. And I think this is where you've got to be a little bit seeing things a little bit differently and allow your ideas at the end of the week to really open up the pathway for that to sort of happen really fully within your life. I think you need to engage in it in a very mental sort of way. So if you're looking for a job, or if you want a promotion and stuff like that, you've got to seize on that bit of passion that you have for a particular avenue. Or if your business, you want to push it in a particular way, use your passion to open up that side. And then by the end of the week, it's going to stimulate those ideas of how you actually put it into place and get it all into place. And it's just, it's that transitional time. You're in your birthday season. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. And, I hope you get the best out of these readings. There's loads of links in the description below that you can find out loads of things. Knock yourselves out. I'll see you there. But let's see where the qualification, how does it do it? I've actually put the hangman the other way around as well. Blimey. I put the hangman the right way out. That was one way. You get the death and rebirth from the overall energies. And this is this whole new cycle. This is your new year at the moment, Sagittarius. You are, did I call you Scorpio earlier on? If I did, I do apologise. There may be some connection between you and the Scorpio. There might be for a few of you. I don't know who. But anyway, this is all about the overall energy here, is recognising this new birth of you, this new year, basically, because that's when your new year starts. It's got nothing to do with the 1st of January, really. That's administration. If I would call them, in the Northern Hemisphere, I'd have the new year on the 21st of December, and in the Southern Hemisphere, I'd have it on the 21st of June. Winter solstice. It's the moment that the energy starts rejuvenating itself, basically. And that's what's happening to you at the moment. It's really starting to build back up through you. Let's just see what's going on with the Two of Wands. You get the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think there's a bit of caution here on your relationship side. I think you need to work on, I think the nitty gritty, which we get on the work on the Eight of Pentacles here at the top. I think once you start applying that work, that's when you're going to start seeing those healthy boundaries. I think you're going to start, when you've planned things, I think those healthy boundaries are going to come into place because you're enacting or you're engaging with relationships in a very, on a very smaller level, as it were. It's not a declaration of love here, but this is more of a sort of a constant, almost like family and friends and community, people that you see day in, day out, and you have different types of connections with them. And there's just certain aspects, I think, that you need to let go of here. And that's what the universe is trying to sort of say with the Ten of Swords, which you get the Fool card with. Leap of faith, starting again. It is your new year. And the universe here is sort of saying whatever's happened in the past year that has no place in your life, let go of it. Let go of it. If it really doesn't work for you anymore, just let go of it and follow your heart's desires. follow the pathway that you should be going with. Look at that with the Seven of Cups, you get the Seven of Pentacles. It's all about nurturing that evident path for you. And that's what I'm saying. This week here seems to be like a nurturing factor that's going on. There's a lot of nurturing that's going on, not only from your own karmic path, but also from your guides and from the universe as well. And nurturing that evident path, nurturing that heart's desires of what you want to live in the way of a relationship, I think is really good for you. Just take it easy this week, and those little movements are going to be so big in the future. This is quite an important time, really. With the Six of Swords, you get the Devil. And this could be this moment, the devil's in the detail. So, as if you've ever been canoeing and you're using your paddle as a rudder, you're concentrated on what's going on up front, so you can see the little detail of the river, so you don't get sucked into bad bits of the river or against a rock and stuff like that. And I think this is what this is all about. It's paying attention to the little details within your relationships and noticing things that are around you. So, but without engaging in it and kind of, I don't like that, or I like that, whichever way it is. It's going to help you to start working on the finer details, which is going to make life really good for you. I'm going to pull an extra card out at the end of this because I'm quite intrigued to find out what's going on with it. And you get the Queen of Cups. Oh, that's what it is. I think this is what comes out. Once you start realizing what's going on around you and the smaller detail and who's putting the energy in here, who's really investing in a relationship with you. Once you start realizing that, that's when you can allow, with that Queen of Cups, you can allow yourself to shine because you're concentrating on the little work. It's almost as if it's kudos that's coming your way within relationships that are around you. But it's this part here which is really important. That whole sort of nurturing your heart's desire in the pathway, recognizing the things that really do annoy you within certain relationships, and recognizing that maybe if it's the majority of the things that annoy you, then maybe that's a relationship you shouldn't really be investing in. That's the little detail that I think is going to give you you're going to be ahead of the curve, as it were, in regards to your relationships. And I think it's going to set you up really nice. With the Ace of Wands on your financial side, you get the Moon. That's what I mean, where it's sort of like you've got to be attentive to what is going on the undercurrent. That's what I'm getting here. It's like if you're like running a business, it's feeling the change that's coming out. Like this season there, everybody bought this type of vegetable, and that was last year, and this year's season is different, or this sort of fashion comes and goes. It's feeling the zeitgeist is going to allow you to seize upon that moment of passion, that opportunity, which is going to trigger a lot within your life. Trigger a lot. Concentrate on that star, did I say? That's what you get. Look at that. Pure happiness. I think this is what makes you happy is going to make you money, basically. I think that's what's going on here. And I think that your dark side, your dark side could be sort of like just being too stupid. You're just too nice. So you'll do loads of stuff that is great to do, but it doesn't help you advance. That's what I'm saying. As I was saying to anyone, you've been running around a lot, doing a lot of stuff, but you're not getting any of the fruits of it. And it just seems like, why? You deserve it. You deserve it, Sagittarius. You really do. Queen of Wands with the Ten of Wands. This is what I said about the Queen of Wands. You're doing a lot of different things and maybe just carrying too much. And that's what's been slowing you down, actually. But at the same time, because you've done a lot, that oxen is laden. That once you take it to market, then you can realise that. I think there is a case here to be learning from your past and using some of your weight that you carried upon your shoulder to actually open the doors to a new job, to a promotion, or a new, stepping up within your business. Taking your business to a whole new level. I think it would be really good for you. But recognizing that you maybe you have in the past carried too much. There's only so much you can do from another person. If you have to walk for the other person, then, and I'm talking this energetically and spiritually here. Physically, if someone can't walk, then yeah, you'd help them to walk, but if you put them on your shoulders, you wouldn't last long, they wouldn't last long, and then there'll be two people who can't walk. So, it's like the old aeroplane rule, put your mask on before your oxygen mask, not any other type of mask, but oxygen mask before you put on before you put on the mask of others. Yeah, I think this is it. I think once you realise that, then all of a sudden, every step that you take down this road will will provide you exactly what you need at the moment that you need it. And it also, at the same time, it's going to take you away from petty conflicts that actually you've been having with yourself. I think this is with you more than anything else. This is what I've been getting. It's like this wrangling that's been going on in your spirit, that you've been sort of kind of going, oh, you can't do that because, or oh, you should be doing this and not that. And I think it's caused havoc in your life, this wrangling with yourself. And I think this needs to come to an end. And I think this is what comes to an end with that as well. Just sort of say we got the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and we're going to go into the Page of Swords now. I will be pulling another card on that relationship side, just reminding myself of that. With the Page of Swords, you get the Five of Wands. 2 5s out there now on this side here as well. I don't think you need to fight for it. Do you need to fight for where you're going for and what you're getting? Or is it, do you have to fight in order to get your ideas out? I don't get that. That's not what I'm getting. It's more of a case of sort of here is your ideas will set you free from having to beat your way to the head of the queue. Really sort of try hard in life. Because you get these great ideas, they're almost going to sort of like get you there without you having to fight your way there. And also at the same time, you're going to feel like you're being the best example of who you should be. That's what I'm getting here. And that's what this new year is all about. It's just being the best example of yourself. The ultimate example of yourself. Let me just see how this relationship comes out. Yeah, Sagittarius, because it is your birthday season as well. You get the Empress. This is really nice. This comes out for the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles there. How does this all sort of play out? Because there's a lot of patience going on for you there. A lot of sort of like, observing and just taking it easy, or just sort of like, really using that sort of like canoe and that rudder, and sort of like being very attentive about where you're going and everything like that. And I think this leads into something that is a hugely profitable for you in regards to relationships. It puts you in a position of control of your destiny. This is what I'm getting off of it. Where you can create a lot for you. You create a whole new world. And there's everything that converges in order to make that abundance that you will have of joy and happiness within you and your engagement within the relationships that are around you. So there you go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget about that birthday gift that I did, the yearly reading, which you will find linked at the end of this reading. I will see you soon for your monthlies, maybe next week. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.